All right, hello everybody. This is Wesley or Zero Hero from Sometimes NFTs. I have Erica with us today. She is one of the
Hello.
exclusive, hi, she's one of the exclusive artists that
Hi.
we have here. And as you can see, if you've looked at our NFTs or bought any of our NFTs, you should see some familiar items in the background. There's Mahjong Boo, Ichabod, Mahjong Vegeta, and then there's the one last Dragon Ball Z piece that's sticking out there that I have not revealed
Yeah.
yet. So you're getting a little sneak preview. It's called Father's Day. And I know I keep
Should
promising
I
that it's
show
coming
it?
out. Why don't you? Why don't you?
Why? Yeah. It's
Yep.
Christmas. Let's open some
It's
gifts.
Yes. All right. So here's the world premiere of Father's Day by Erica. This is acrylic on canvas. Amazing, amazing painting. And this will be released in a couple different versions, including an animated version, because everybody has loved those so far. Yes.
Who doesn't love
And we'll talk
DBZ,
about,
you know?
yeah. And in just a little bit, we're going to talk about how you can actually get physical copies, like the actual painting that Erica has done. We'll get to that in just a bit. So, Erica, I've known you over a year now since moving to Salt Lake City, and you happen to do taxidermy with my father-in-law. We'll get to that in a moment. Why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, what you like to do, who you are, anything like that that you want to share.
So I'm Erica Lackey. I'm 29. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's currently where I reside. I'm about to have a year-old. He's 11 months as of yesterday. I have 3
Oh,
dogs. I enjoy painting and art of all kinds, anything that you can think of that's related to art, I'll put my hands on. A little about me. My 2 favorite holidays are Christmas and Halloween. So, that's kind of what my home is right now. It's a mixture of Halloween and Christmas. Gotta appreciate it both. Um,
and I think we have
gosh,
something to show them here in just a little bit
yeah,
with
yes.
the Christmas tree and stuff. We'll show off in a bit here. It's
You can
fabulous.
see some of the bats, those are all handmade. And if anyone's familiar with Nightmare Before Christmas, the bats, they fly out of the Christmas tree at the end. And so that's what I brought to life, So in my living room, because why not? It's.
Exactly.
I don't know what else
Exactly.
about me. I don't know. My favorite color is red. Uh, I don't know.
So just a couple improv questions here. What's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite
Oh
movie? I
God.
know it's always hard.
I'm a repeater. As of lately, White Christmas, because
Why not?
you gotta love, yes, Rosemary Clooney and, oh, I can't remember all their names. Ellen, what's her face? The tiniest waist. Ah, my gosh. Oh, just a great dancer. White Christmas. I just love White Christmas. It kind of reminds me of my grandpa because he was in the war. He's a Vietnam vet, so it just is that same era of timing and just. I love the 40s and 50s, which there is a series of Bitcoin pinup girls that I'm going to be doing here soon. Yeah, I'd have to just say White Christmas is probably my ultimate favorite movie as of right now. If it
All
was
right.
Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So before we get into how you got into painting, is there anyone famous or I hate to say not famous, but is there anyone, an artist that you found that you've been influenced by?
Yes, that would have to be Joshua Burdette. He's an ex-boyfriend and passed. He passed away February 15th of 2019. And the entire time we were together, that's all we did. We just did art, 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 art. And through that, I think we grew so much and learned so much about each other. And not only that, but the field of artwork that we could actually do. You know, we did anything from 6 by 6 foot canvases of ladies to large workings that are like woodworkings that we carved out and painted that are in a pub here in West Valley, Utah. You know, it's just
Yes.
us learning together, we, I think, influenced each other to help each other grow in all types of art, you know. As of like other famous people or not so famous people, you know, I don't really have any specifics. I have an entire phone or folder on my phone full of artists from all over, and you know, they're local artists, they're artists from across the way. You know, it's just and I, maybe that's bad on my part because I don't actually recognize the artists themselves. I recognize their art. You know, I see their art and that's when I'm like, oh, okay. And me, you know, and if I truly fall in love with their art, then I'll further investigate who the artist is and contact them, and you know, just try to reach out and say, hey, I love your art, it's absolutely beautiful, keep doing what you're doing, because it stopped me in my tracks, you know. So, and I think that also helps artists, hearing that from time to time. You're just like, oh, thank you. You know. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't really think I have any super famous artists that I you know, there's the classics, Van Gogh, and was his name's Pelosi, maybe. I don't know. There's a few older ones that I truly appreciate and love, but I don't know.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So you kind of started going into my second question, which is how did you get into painting? Now you mentioned Josh. Were you were you doing any form of art prior, like when you were growing up in high
Yes. Oh
school?
yeah. Oh yeah. From the time I think I could pick up a pencil, you know, I've always been a creator. And I think that really stems from both sides. My grandma has always been someone who handcrafts like her soaps and her candles and lotions and stuff like that. So I kind of learned hands-on creativity and then trying to express that via like painting. There was a painting that she kept for the longest time of me when I did it when I was 6, but it's of my father, and I think it's watercolor or acrylic, you know, and it's just on like the cheapest color paper, you know. I don't know, but I'm so surprised she kept it for so long. But and I was 6, you know, and it looked like a man, and I, you know, I put wings on it. You know, I lost my father very young. He died in 1994, I believe, and I'm 91. So, you know, I didn't really know him, but the fact that I was 6 and I'm like, I'm gonna draw my dad and paint it, you know, I think that's really cool. And the fact that my grandma kept it is super touching. I
Oh,
don't know if
that's
she still has
fantastic.
it now, but yeah, since I was little. And then I think the older I got, the more let's say the more access I got to other tools and mediums, what I could afford, you know, to venture into. That's how I went about that, you know.
Well, it sounds like a great journey from that painting of your dad all the way up until now, and your creativity just, it's fantastic. And you know, over the year that I've known you, I have seen a lot of crazy stuff. So this is my segue into your taxidermy art. I have some examples here that I'll show off in just a moment, but
Yeah.
let's talk about your taxidermy art. There are some details on our website, but if you can just give like a brief explanation of how you got into taxidermy, the different creations that you make, and what this specific style of art means to you and how it affects you.
Well, let's start with your last question first. How it affects me is I go back to reuse and recycle. And once I see something that's passed on, I don't personally see it as useless. You know, a lot of people come across the dead and they're like, garbage can, you know, bury it. What do you do with the dead? It's such an ominous kind of question. I think it's a question that no one really wants to deal with, you know. I don't It's the dead. What do you do with it? And me particularly, I have just fallen in love with it. You know, I think it kind of also goes back to Frankenstein, young Frankenstein. If we were to pick another favorite movie, Frankenstein is recreated. He is parts of different animals, and honestly, that's what taxidermy is. You know, you come across a pair of antlers that you found and you come across this cape. Well, they're two different animals, but you put them together and now they're one. So it's just amazing. It's not only taxidermy, it's science, it's art, there are so many interests in taxidermy, sculpting, blueprints, you know, recreating lifelike like decor around the bottom of your taxidermy pieces, you know, like that's nature. You're going back out and collecting trees and gluing them back in, you know what I mean? There's so many different parts to taxidermy, and that's, I think, why one of the biggest reasons why I love it. It's my happy place. It's just where I go to. And not only that, when you do have a client who, like recently, I have a client who lost her 19-year-old black cat named Magic, and we're going to be doing a number of things to memorialize that cat. Along with that, a gal lost her bird, you know, so I'm doing a crown sequence of the feathers, and the wings are going to be flattened and the skull cleaned and his feet are preserved. So I mean, there's so much that goes into taxidermy. It's art, it's science, it's building, it's ultimately endless, really. If you can find a material to make something happen, why not, you know? So I think that's what I truly love most about it. How I got into it was, oh, sorry, go ahead, Wes.
No. I was just going to say there also has to be some sort of level of compassion. I mean, considering that you're taking someone's 19-year-old cat, and I know a lot of people may be turned off by that. You know, wanting to do taxidermy or try and preserve a family pet, but there are some people out there that still need that or want that, and
Yes.
you know, so again,
It's funny you
the
bring that up.
compassion.
The mentor, I love him dearly, but that's one of his rules, is he's just made a rule for himself and his clientele that he personally just doesn't want to work on pets, you know, which is, I completely understand why, because it is such I'm going to call it a gray, shady area of definitely compassion, emotion. And then apart from that, you need to step that aside and go about it scientifically. You know, sometimes these, like the bird that passed away, she had no idea why. And I am no scientist by any means, but during the process of trying to skin an animal, if I can go in and look at the organs and see possibly what may have been at fault, you know, I'll let my clients know. And I think that eases them a little more too, you know. It just kind of brings a little peace to them, is not my fault, you know, something else was at cause, you know. And I think that also helps, and that helps me learn, you know. It's like I said, it's endless, and every specimen is so different. You never know what you're gonna get, you know.
Well, I know that. I see the different things that you make when you come over every Sunday, and I've seen some pretty strange things come in and out, but I mean, they've all been fantastic. And, you know, people, there is a certain taboo, if you want to say it, around
Yeah.
taxidermy and especially, you know, pets and different things like that. But it, to me, it's not just art, but it is a way of respecting the dead, as you said. And
Absolutely.
the
Memorializing.
yeah,
Yes.
one, you know, as we have on our website and your profile, you are not killing any of these animals. These animals are
No,
brought to you,
absolutely
or
not.
you find them, and you're very ethical about it, which is great. You know, that's also important in the handling. You know, kind of like grandma. You
Yeah.
know, you want grandma
Yeah.
treated just as
Well,
well as, you know, your former pet.
I think it's very important in the oddities community that we as artists and taxidermists respect that animal and the species. Some of these this goes from bugs because, you know, I pin tarantulas and bugs. A lot of these bugs can go on the endangered species list and you could not know. Therein lies legal issues. This goes as well for any type of animal. So yes, everything that I work on is ethically found. You know, it's either roadkill or it's tagged. We have a lot of big game. It's just, I think it's very important to recognize, and not only recognize but call out those other artists and taxidermists who are not willing to abide by those rules, you know, who are just scavengers. I'd call them scavengers. And you come across them quite often, people who are just willing to make a very large buck off something that's very significant as such as an animal's life. And I just think that's very important to recognize in the dealings of taxidermy, for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So we, as of right now, the taxidermy NFT that we have minted is Spider Lady. That was the tarantula on the old picture,
Yeah.
and we do have quite a bit more coming. Um,
If I can say
it
something
was
about that piece real quick, because if I remember
yeah.
correctly, that was the true spider, and the true spiders are different than tarantulas, not only because they have almost
Right.
inch-long spinnerets, but their fangs, they don't come down, they come sideways, which is, don't know why it is, but that's what makes that spider specifically special. It is a tarantula, but they call them a true spider. I'm not even sure where the true spider term comes from, but just a little tidbit about that cool little creepy crawly.
Yes, and I forgot you actually explained that to me, I think this past Sunday when you were over. Um, but it is interesting and you know, again, educational.
Yeah.
Just with all of the different things that you do. So what I'd like to do, I've got three pictures of pieces that have not been minted, and I will tell you all, Erica has a lot of taxidermy art that we'll start releasing starting next year in January. So if you give me just a moment here and do the screen share, see if this works. We went through a lot of testing before we started here. All right, so can you see this?
Yes, I can. It's a beautifully mummified cat's paw in a shadow box that I painted. It's a coffin box. It's probably about 5 inches tall, and I want to say 2 inches to maybe 2.5 inches wide when it's closed. But yes, that is a mummified kitty paw. And unfortunately, a lot of my specimens, such as this one that I get to do beautiful artwork with, are roadkill. And believe me, every cat that I pick up, I look to see, is it chipped? Does it have a collar? I get on my local websites to see, is this kitty cat lost? Does he have an owner? You know, I do my best. And again, unfortunately, there are hundreds, if not thousands, in Utah alone just of stray cats. I feed 8 of them outside, you know,
Yes.
myself. So
Yes.
you know, I love and appreciate the cat, but when they are found dead and on the side of the road and no one wants to claim them, this is what they get to turn into. So yes.
All right. So let's see this one.
Also the same thing there. Yes, a mummified kitty paw that I painted. I'm very into intuitiveness, palm reading. You know, my uncle is a shaman, and he reads not only tarot but palms as well. And I just have always found that super significant in my art. You gotta love the hands. Also, fun fact: artists hate drawing hands and feet because they are one of the hardest things to draw. So in a lot of art, you'll see artists hiding hands in pockets or behind them or in hair. Usually feet aren't drawn. So again, it just kind of goes back to respecting the art of learning. You can learn how to draw a hand, but it's gonna take time and passion and love, you know. So it just
Oh,
goes into that.
I've heard that too about hands and feet. I can't draw, so I don't even try unless I trace my hand and make a turkey out of it, you know, like we did when we were
Old
kids.
turkey.
Yep. Yep. All right. And so this is the last piece that that we'll show today, but of course I had to make sure that I included something different. So, oh, that was my husband Cody.
Hi, Cody.
Erica says hi.
I love it.
All right. So talk a little bit about this one. I see the palm again. Um, you know,
Yes. Again,
that
going
same
back to the palm
purple.
reading.
Yeah. And then tarantula or true spider.
This is a tarantula. There was only that one true spider. The rest of these specimens that will be released are either molts, which is just a shedded skin of a tarantula, and then either a tarantula themselves pinned. And this one, I don't know the species. I'm terrible at species. And I can't tell. Is this one the one where I fixed squirrel legs on? Maybe not.
Yes, actually.
Yes, it is. So I replaced some of the legs because sometimes you do get specimens that truly, I guess, you would say no one would want because they're tarnished. You know, they're torn, they're tore up. They're not full. They're missing legs. They're patipalp, their abdomen, whatever. And I try to piece those back together because I still find use in them. You know, just like Frankenstein, we're just gonna give you a little squirrel leg and get you back in motion. And that's
Well,
the squirrel rib bone in place of a tarantula leg. And it just kind of fit perfectly, you know. Sometimes that
yeah.
happens when I'm creating pieces. Bones will naturally just fit to a specific stone or, you know, a tarantula piece. You know, it's almost as if they make themselves, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, for as long as you've been doing it as well, whatever you end up working with, I'm sure it just kind of comes together easily for you. You know, if you are missing legs, well, you've got rats and cats and, you know, lots of stuff in that big old chest freezer. Ooh, that big rat that
Right.
I got
Yeah.
for you. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
So,
guys, this was literally, you would say it was the size of a New York rat. I measured it. I don't exactly. It was over a foot from tail to mouth, over a foot. Absolutely incredible.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't coexist with chickens, unfortunately. And this is an issue with farmers. They call them pests, right? You know, and this is also where I get a lot of my specimens. They come from farmers and people who such as yourselves, you know, you guys have chickens that you have to keep up with. You can't have rats in your chicken coop. That's just not, it's not appropriate. So
that's where the
with
monster
that,
came from.
Yeah, so we'll stuff that rat, and he'll be a nice little altar piece, or a nice little taxidermied piece, you know. Yeah.
Another oddity. All right.
Yes.
So I know you wanted to show a few things off, and this will kind of go with my next question. My magical mint is fully kicked in, so I'm all totally having fun. I'm not shy.
I
Yeah,
love it.
artists. I don't even consider myself an artist. I consider myself more of like a
You're definitely,
assembler.
no, you're an artist. You're an artist. You create, you build. You're an artist. Yes, you do.
Yeah. I do more writing and photography, which I am going to be interviewed here, and maybe I'll have Erica do it. We can make this like a weekly round table or something. But that's one
There
thing
you
that I
go.
realized too, not stealing from your interview, but you don't really know a lot about me. I haven't put a bio up. I haven't
Yeah.
really talked a lot about myself. So that's coming next. We'll make that a point.
Yes.
So
Well, even when we had a small discussion before this video, you had some information about you that I had. I was like, Wes, how did I not know this about you? And I absolutely love it. So learning about Wes is definitely a thing.
yes. All right. So we'll have you show off some pieces, but you mentioned briefly, I don't know if anybody caught about the Bitcoin Pinup Girl series you're working on. I know you're working on, do you want to say it? Because I'm really excited about this one.
The Krampus? Is
Yes.
that? Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't even think. I can go grab those real quick if we want to show a little glimpse of them. Yeah.
Let's, you know what? You've got other stuff there.
We'll wait on.
So we'll wait on it. Yes. But I have seen the drafts and the way that they're coming along, and they're pretty freaking awesome. So if you want to grab a couple of things just to show and validate that you do exist, you have painted these paintings,
Yes,
and you
I
are a
do.
part of the Sometimes NFT family. And then we'll
Yeah.
get to the Christmas tree and the
I'm
bats.
sure
It's amazing.
everyone may be familiar with the Majin Buu pumpkin piece I did, right?
Yes.
It's ready to go. I've always loved Majin Buu, and I absolutely love pumpkins. I have pumpkin cats on my arm, just pumpkins. I don't know how you could go wrong with a gourd. Oh my gourd, you know.
Oh my god.
So funny. Oh my gourd. The Bitcoin witch piece, right? And we were kind of talking about this a little bit, and I think we should talk a little bit more about it. But if there was ever a chance of a giveaway, this would be up for a giveaway. And it is thin canvas, you know. So yeah, there's that
Easy
one.
to ship. Easy to ship.
Very
We
easy.
do. We have people from all over the world talking on our Twitter feed, sending me messages. So, you know, it's a vast audience, and if we do a giveaway and you're not in the United States, we'll do whatever it takes to get it to you. And look at that.
We will.
Look at that. It's Ichabod.
The Ichabod. Right, on thicker canvas, wood and canvas, but he was one of my favorites. Me and Josh actually did this together, I want to say about 7 years ago, and we did it for my brother and his wife because they absolutely love octopuses, and their house theme is kind of sea oriented. And I found the first print that we had done, maybe, I don't know, 6 months back. And I really thought that it would be cool to reinvent Ichabod, and kind of bring that Josh back, because he's been gone for almost a year now. So it'd just be nice to see more of him.
Absolutely.
And then we have Maja Majida. And mind you, all of these DBZs are based because of my boyfriend sends me constant pictures of DBZ, and he's like, you need to mix this, this, and that, and somehow create something. And I'm like, okay, here you go. You know, but again, here's and this isn't originally mine. I saw a version of this, or he sent me a picture of a version of this, and he loved it enough and told me to paint it. So I painted it. A lot of these original ideas, some are and some aren't. And I think that kind of goes back to like when you go into a tattoo artist and you bring him a Google image and you're like, put this on my body. It's kind of the same thing. He might reinvent it, or he might really just slap that Google image on your body. I think it just kind of depends on the client and the art that you're trying to do. Right. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
This awesome piece here I wanted to show. Oh, there goes Bitcoin.
Yes.
Is an awesome collab that me, Josh, and Kara did. And I believe Kara will be joining the team, right? Which is cool, because this piece is like 5 years old. So to have it finally finished, it feels good. And yes, possibly there will be prints of this. Yeah.
It's been released. I believe that's the last one of yours that I've released in the collector's edition series, because of the Christmas season and sweaters now. So they've definitely taken up a lot of time.
Yes, but they're absolutely fabulous. And if you haven't checked out his 12 ugly Christmas sweaters, you should now. Personally, if they ever become a real Christmas sweater, the Ninja Cookie and the Snowman Freddy are my absolute favorite. That's a great collection. So you guys should check it out. Yeah.
It's kind of funny because right now, the Nightmare on Winter Street with the snowman trapped in the snow globe.
Yeah.
I just released that yesterday. It's card number 7. So oh, there's one of your pups.
Yeah.
So we've got Ghost, of course. Next is Pulp Christmas. That's one of my favorites. That's number 8, and that is going on t-shirts and coffee mugs, and we're gonna sell them through the website. Totally. All right. So talking about the physical pieces of art, I just want to briefly mention, Erica and I have been talking, and some of these pieces that she's shown you, some that you haven't seen, we are going to list them for sale on our website. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll talk more, and we'll work out all the details, but we'll get them up as soon as possible, and you'll actually have a chance to not only own the NFT, but then the physical painting or creation behind it. So I think that's really cool. So now I've talked on Twitter, and I have mentioned that there are 3 new artists that we are talking to and figuring things out with, working with. We got to figure out where we're at. But I am going to share my screen here again. We've got 2 pieces from each of them, and I'm going to have Erica talk more about them than me, just because she knows them, and I've only talked to them through Messenger at this point. We're going to Zoom soon. So Kara. Not Kara.
Yes, I love that.
All right.
Gosh. Kara.
I know.
Yes, Kara.
I'm sorry, Kara. Your name.
Okay, Kara.
It could be Yeah. All right. So let me pull up this one.
Kara is absolutely amazing. She has gone, I believe, gone to school for some of her art, but honestly, it comes naturally. And her style is absolutely, I mean, once you see it, you're just like, girl, why haven't you done an anime or a video game yet? You know? And I believe she is in the yes, here you go. I believe she is currently getting her portfolio together because she's just absolutely amazing. I believe she is in her later 20s. I don't what to say, what not to say about Kara. I don't know. She's a sweetheart. I absolutely love and adore her. She's a very soft, gentle, sweet soul. Very passionate, very loving, and not only that, just super creative. I mean, you can tell. I don't know what this piece is called, but I just picked it because it just caught my eye. It reminds me of a Dragon Ball, or I'm sorry, not Dragon Ball, a Dungeons and Dragons character. You know, you're just, oh, I don't know.
No, again, I've only spoken with Kara through Facebook Messenger, but the moment I saw her work, and I have to say I've seen more pieces than this in the next one. They're fantastic, and you're right. They're Dungeons and Dragons. They're video game. You know, there are just so many different ways that you can take these. But the style is mixed, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I just absolutely love it. Even a little kind of anamorphic, or no, anthropomorphic, animal, human,
Is that what it is? Animal? Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes, yes.
elvish, with the ears. But, without Erica and I knowing too much about this, we're just looking at what we're seeing and absolutely love it. And Kara is absolutely excited to start releasing some of these. And
Yes.
anyone out there that makes NFT trading card games interested in her art, there's tons more to see. Definitely get in contact with me. Let's see the next one.
Yes.
I
So
love this one,
I
and
think
I saw a different
oh
version
my
of
gosh,
this.
right? Yeah. Oh, I just the Medusa vibe that you get automatically, just
Yes.
so not only are her humans absolutely amazing, but her drawing her animals, she's she's just great. I just again, what can we not say about Kara? I just absolutely adore her.
No, absolutely. Again, fantasy, mythology, the
Yes,
Medusa
I was
kind
gonna
of
say
approach.
mythology for sure.
Yep, yep. And again, she has so many more that I've seen, and I'm sure a ton more that I haven't seen. This is also not her only style of art, I noticed when I did look at her work.
Yeah,
So
she does other. Yes.
yes, yes. So definitely excited to show that off. Well, here's your work. I don't mean to just speed by it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's okay. No, you looked at me. Now so we're gonna move on to Jordan then. I went to
Yeah.
school with Jordan in middle school. We met at East Hollywood High. And she did a lot of oils at the time. And from the moment I saw her, I called her a flower, and I absolutely fell in love with her, and I adore her. She does a lot of, I think she does a lot of watercolor now and possibly acrylic, but her style is so dark. It's creepy. It almost
Yes.
makes you feel uncomfortable in a sense. And I almost swore, and I'm not going to
It's
do that, but
it's all
she,
right. I
she's
actually meant to tell
absolutely
you before, if you do, it's not going to be a video marked for children to watch. So, um,
okay.
but no, no, I love the way that you describe it. It makes you uncomfortable, and it's really dark, because just having this on my second monitor so close to me, it really gives me the creeps. And
Good.
but that's another part of art. It's the emotion
Yeah.
that it brings out in
Yeah.
you. And this, I picked this one out to present because this one and the next one we're going to show you are just amazing, and I cannot wait to mint these. And
Her style is so different. It's a style that I've never come
yes,
across before. And I think maybe her doubt in her art mm, holds her back a little bit. I think her joining our team is going to be a great opportunity and a great outlet for her to release her art, because she deserves to be seen. I don't know how look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Her colors, when she does have colors, they pop. And not only that, it's that dark, uncomfortable, creepy feeling again, but can you look away? No, I can't. Oh my God.
no,
And
no.
all of her paintings are like that. All of them. They're so, I don't even know the word for it. I don't know if there's a word to describe Jordan's art.
Well, it's got that gothic, but and this is not in a negative way, but almost horror feel to it.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh,
You
yes.
know,
Yeah, yeah. Well, and she's
and
a horror
again,
buff, so it
yeah.
works.
Well,
Yeah.
and I mean that's a compliment. I love Clive Barker, the author, the
Yeah.
director. He's
Oh
an
yeah.
artist as well. This. I don't like comparing people because everybody's so unique and individual. But if I
Right.
had to think of anyone, Clive Barker is a great example. And again, the moment I saw this, I wanted it. And she, we've chatted a little bit, and she's concerned that her style of art is too dark, and worried that people may not be into it. But I can tell you, now if I get this wrong, I apologize, but I want to give a shout out to MTP Gothic Art. I own one of their pieces. They're on Twitter, M as in Mary, TP Gothic Art. This also is right along those same lines. So I let Jordan know, she's got nothing to worry about. These are fantastic pieces.
Yes.
And I mean, who truly, not even being Halloween, who wouldn't want to own this and
I
look at it 100 times and see 100 different things?
That's what that's the cool thing about it. I think is that you can look at it again and again and still find something new to look at every time that you go back to it. And that's something also very unique about her art as well. Yeah. Jordan's
Yes,
great. And I think she's going to be a great addition to the team.
absolutely. All right. So the last two that we have are from an artist named Seven.
Yes.
And so
So I'm
here's the
really
first
close friends with Seven's older sister, Adrienne, and Seven lives with them. And Seven is kind of reclusive, which is okay. It's perfectly fine. It works for her or him. I'm so sorry. My bad. I even asked him about his pronouns. I need to be proper. And I told him I didn't want to disrespect him whatsoever. So in that, I chose the two paintings or two pieces of art that he did that really stuck out to me, which obviously bones, anything bone related, I'm absolutely going to die and be in love with, So
yes,
I saw this
yes,
cute little bony creature, and I absolutely adore it. It kind of gives me like what is that? Is it Nine? Coheed and Cambria did like the soundtrack for it. I think Tim Burton produced it. And
yes.
she does kind of have like a Tim Burton vibe to her art, and I absolutely love it. Or him. God damn it.
The fact that you and I are concerned about respecting pronouns,
Yes.
just Seven will understand.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Seven. I love you, man. Thank you. Um, And honestly, I don't know a lot about Seven just because of, I think he chooses to, it's kind of stay reclusive, and that's okay. Being mysterious also brings a type of depth to your art. And I think he's very unique, and a great addition. Absolutely. Because not only does Seven have this type of style of like a Tim Burton style, he's got like a comic book style, which I believe we'll show in the next piece, which
Right
I
here.
absolutely love. Yeah. His comic book style is great. I just love that we have so many different styles of art in the group. I mean, look at that.
Absolutely.
He can draw hands. I mean,
Yeah, actually, and they look real. They look real.
That's why I saw this and I was like, not only do I love the comic book style of it, hands are such a hard thing. And I don't know if I'm the only one that really struggles with it, but it's a challenge for me. So anytime that I see an artist respect that challenge, it just makes me appreciate it that much more, yeah.
Well, and then throw in the fact that, it's got the comic book style. It's Darth Vader.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's Darth Vader. Who doesn't love, art of Darth?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
A Yoda piece will be coming soon, I feel.
Yes, you have mentioned about Baby Yoda, or what?
Baby Yoda.
I need to catch up on the Mandalorian, but
Oh, me too.
I don't remember what they call him, the youngling or something.
It's like Groggy. Apparently his name is Groggy or Groggy or something. I haven't watched that episode that they just released his name, but I'm on the cusp of it. But it doesn't. It's Baby Yoda. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Cody and I call him, Baby Yoda. And if we spoiled anything for anyone, I do apologize. I'm not even through the third episode of the first season of Mandalorian, but I love it.
Sorry.
So,
if anyone has a Facebook, it's automatically ruined. So
that's true. That's true. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, dear, is there anything else that you can think of?
Oh, hold on there. I'm at low. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I can't really think of anything else. I'm super excited to be a part of the project and have this team, these teammates of artists, including yourself. And thank you, Wes, because without you, this wouldn't even be possible. So, I think maybe that next video should be learning about a little bit of Wes. And I'm just excited for everyone. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone. I'm excited for the team. And I'm excited for maybe some new clientele, people.
Absolutely.
We are real and things are happening. We're cooking. But yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for doing Zoom. Didn't you say this is your first Zoom you've done?
I think so. Yeah, my first or second. Yeah. Well,
it's your first. We'll celebrate. But yeah, thank you so much. And I love you, and I enjoy getting to see you every Sunday when you come to do taxidermy. And I truly do think you're an amazing artist. So before I hit the end button, would you mind picking up your phone and just panning around your Christmas tree? Because when I saw it when we were getting set up, oh my God, I'm like, I want to move in.
Will you go back to unsharing real quick so I can see?
Yes, absolutely. Here, stop sharing.
There we go. Okay.
All right. All right. So truly, this is a sight to behold.
I just,
All the bats.
how can you not? And they go all the way.
Wow. See, and it's, you know, it's the bats, the Christmas tree, but then it also kind of provokes some fear and loathing in Las Vegas. If
Yeah.
if you've seen it with the famous Johnny Depp scene with the bats, the bats.
I haven't seen that movie in quite some time, but is that right after they drop? Yeah, I think
They
I do vaguely remember that scene. Yeah, the best.
yes,
Gosh,
yes,
Johnny Depp.
lots of drugs in that movie. But all right. Well, I'm gonna get this uploaded, and we'll talk more. You and I, and we're also gonna do our group meeting. But we're definitely going to keep these videos coming. Just having the
Yes.
discussion, you know, and even interviewing other NFT artists that I'm becoming friends with or have become friends with. I just think that would be a great idea. So
I do
it'll be
too.
the
I agree.
Wes and Erica show.
I concur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
Erica and Wes.
There you
We'll
go.
go alphabetical.
Okay. Wes and Erica. Erica Wes. What sounds flowier? Let the audience decide. How about that? There you go.
We can put a poll up on Twitter. All right, honey. Well, I will talk to you later. You'll get messages from me. And want to thank everybody for watching and being a part of the Sometimes NFTS
Yes, thank you.
NFTs family. All right. Take care, dear. Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.